So what's going on with TotalBiscuit on YouTube?
So TotalBiscuit is a YouTube reviewer. Most people know him, British fellow, and he does a lot of reviews. He also covers a bunch of indie games, and he has a segment called WTF. This is not the first time he's gotten into this sort of problem. He reviewed a game a while back called Day One Gary's Dilemma or something like that, and it was awful. He kind of took some cracks at it, did a video, and the people flagged him.
Why don't you explain what TotalBiscuit, what he actually does?
So he's a YouTube reviewer who reviews PC games.
He has a huge following.
Huge following.
250,000 about?
Why this matters is, before we get into the rest, is, and this is true for lots of people, Pat, the majority of this guy's money comes through YouTube, through ad revenue, okay? You can get a strike on your YouTube account for breaking copyright.
Or not even.
Not even, right. Or being allegedly breaking copyright. You get, allegedly. 3 strikes, and they can shut down your entire account, which means that your entire source of revenue, your job, your livelihood, your income is fucked. So anyways, that's TotalBiscuit. He's dry, he's sarcastic, he's fairly humorous. He recently did a review of a game called Guise of the Wolf by a company called Fun... Jesus, I don't even remember. Fun something. I mean, they're
Fun something.
Fun something. And he got a strike placed on his account. He assumed that Fun whatever put the strike on his account because he had given it a negative review.
Sure.
They claimed that that was not the case. He then received a threatening email from them saying that he does not know who they are, and they can shut down his entire channel, and they have all the money in the world, and they can fly lawyers over to the UK if they need to make this a real claim.
So basically, just because he didn't give a good review.
Right. This company, as it was later shown, is basically a bunch of, we don't know how old they are, but it's essentially a bunch of rich kids.
Developed the game
and put it out, and it's awful. And he reviewed it, and now he got a strikeout. And the thing is like I said, it's beyond his livelihood at stake. It's entered bullying, and a bad review can hurt, but it's not taking away someone's entire source of income, which is what these people are aiming to do.
All right, let's back up a second. So, the later half of last year, it was announced that basically flagging of material on YouTube would go back to the way it used to be. So basically what would happen in the past was you'd submit a YouTube video, and it doesn't go through a person screening it. What happens is it's automated. It checks for video, checks for audio matches of stuff, I guess, in their massive library of people that sign on to YouTube to say, hey, this is our material, we want to see if it's flagged, and also even images to some extent. So how it used to be was if you're on a network, and I believe he's a part of Game Station.
I think he's Polaris.
Polaris, it's the Game Station.
Okay.
Maker Studios is the umbrella.
Yes, yeah. And Maker Studios, by the way, verified that it was the games company that flagged it.
So, all right. So if you're a part of one of these networks, I'm a part of one. Most of the big YouTubers, I'd say 99% are part of these networks. It used to give you protection. It gave you a layer of protection, of like a buffer, if you will. Because before you get attacked by a big studio, or sometimes they would just take your ad revenue, and they'll let you know this is copyright flagged, but they're going to be, we're still going to show ads, but part of the deal is you can show the video, but this company, I'll tell you the company, they're basically going to take the ad revenue. They wouldn't tell you that they're taking all or some of it, but you can check your own stats, and if you're getting none from it, you're getting none from it. For example, on my Nintendo Hemium Rhapsody song, did Brental Floss, I don't make any money on that. That's claimed. That's claimed. It used to be claimed by EMI, who actually didn't, I don't think, own the rights, but then now it's claimed, I think, by Freddie Mercury's estate. Either way. So what happened was before is that you had a buffer of protection. So they'd have to go through your network reps in order to strike down your account. That changed in the later half of last year. So all of a sudden, literally overnight, some networks told their producers, some didn't for whatever reason. Some were bad. All of a sudden, you wake up, dozens of flags. All of a sudden, all your videos making money, they're not making money, and now all of a sudden, you have to go fight these. It's a burden of proof is now on you.
Right.
That's part of the issue with this whole flagging system now, is that anyone, and I mean a lot of people were getting flagged for stuff that wasn't even flagged by the original game company. They were flagged by these other third parties coming in and nefariously claiming all this stuff was theirs when it wasn't. That was a big mess, and that's probably still going on. That was a big mess the first couple of months. So I'm guessing what happened here is that his buffers, TotalBiscuit's buffer protection is gone. So these guys are saying, well, like I said, we have money, we have lawyers, we don't like the review, let's just snap our fingers, and that video is pulled, which is obviously bullshit.
Right.
Because there is something called fair use when it comes to reviews and using footage of a game.
Yeah.
So I've been somewhat lucky myself personally. And the reason a lot of people made these big YouTube videos about it, I had about 6 or 7 videos flagged, but I'm gonna be honest, 3 or 4 of them deserved it. Nintendo Human Rhapsody is the one that was kind of borderline, because with that I could have argued parody, but it's either satire or parody, and satire is not covered by fair use. Parody is. So it wasn't worth it at the time to go after it. I can't stack up to EMI's lawyers. But whatever. And a few others, though, Nintendo flagged me using like a few Super Mario 2 and Super Mario 3 songs on some old Flea Market Madness videos where I'd have in the background for like 30 seconds. Didn't fight it. Probably can, maybe win 1 or 2, but whatever. But this is a larger issue, though, because it seems like that on YouTube, there's no oversight on what's going on with the copyright flagging. That's a problem. And they can't have humans sitting there and judging each one, since there's millions and millions of YouTube videos. Hundreds of thousands being uploaded every day. So I'm not sure what the solution is. What's to prevent other gaming companies from sweeping in and doing something similar? But this is the biggest one we've seen. But what if this was a guy who only had a few hundred subscribers? Maybe they wouldn't care because he doesn't have a big reach. But I'm just saying, in a theoretical world, that person
would get crushed.
Would get crushed, and you wouldn't hear from him again. But this is bad. What game company is this?
Look up Guys of the Wolf, GUISE. Fun something.
They're fucking assholes either way, because they actually threatened to take TotalBiscuit's YouTube channel down.
Oh, they actually sent him.
Or told him to do it.
They then
Which they can't do. They have no legal basis for doing.
They sent him a later email that said, "Remove the video, remove all your tweets about the situation, and take down your channel."
On what basis would that be done?
I don't know. There's been a lot of speculation, and it wouldn't surprise me if these were like some 18-year-old kids who really just don't get how this fucking shit works.
How the hell do they make a video game?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess from what I heard, they didn't really make one. It wasn't really playable. But yeah, so I mean, I have no investment in TotalBiscuit. I've seen maybe 2 of his reviews. I thought they were, for what they were YouTube videos, that's fine. But I do feel bad that there's a situation where these people who are trying to make their money in a new form of media have to deal with this sort of bullshit because people are petty. If you can't handle, I mean, they've always said it. If you can't handle critique, you can't get into art. Whether you want to call video games art or not is whatever. But if you can't handle critique, then you shouldn't write. You shouldn't make music. You shouldn't make video games. You shouldn't make anything for public consumption if you can't handle critique.
We shouldn't be making a podcast.
Well, we probably shouldn't be making a podcast.
It's completely unnecessary. But yeah, I guess we'll see how this plays out. But like you said, I mean, are they even both? Is both TotalBiscuit and this Fun Studios? What a great name! Are they even both based in the same country? If not, trying to bring a slander or libel case is extremely hard in different countries.
And supposedly, this company, I believe, is located in Jordan, is what they said, and TotalBiscuit is located in the UK.
So, tell them to go after themselves, basically.
Right.
And fortunately, if Maker Studios, and they should go to bat for him, they'll have his back legally.
Well, apparently they do. Like when they came out and said that, when Fun Studios or whatever it was came out and said that it wasn't them, it seemed like TotalBiscuit bought it for a tweet or two, and then the guy from Maker Studios, like one of the heads of Maker Studios, guy,
VP, it was a VP.
Yeah, VP chimed in and was like, "Nope, that was them." Like, absolutely.
It's still this whole copyright YouTube issue is still sort of ironing itself out. It's not as bad as it was the first month. It was havoc for people. All of a sudden, people weren't making any money anymore, and you had of course some assholes saying, "Well, you shouldn't count on YouTube as a revenue stream." And it's like, why not? Now YouTube's been around for like 6-7 years, and there's been ads on YouTube for like 4.5 years now. Why can't it be a revenue stream for people? It's like anything else. It's a new form of media. Accept it. It's not going to go away. Online, media, especially streaming. So that's all I have to say. Like I said, my copyright issues. Unfortunately, me giving a bad review to I don't know, The Last Starfighter. I'm not gonna have Mindscape coming after me. Hopefully,
I don't know if they're even around still.
But I'm just saying. But you're saying they'd had the power to try to shut me down because I'm talking trash about them. Jeez, James Rolfe would be in trouble then.
Yeah.